Ring around the rosy, a pocket full of posies.
What's up guys, Deceiver here, back for another video, and today we're going to be talking about conspiracies. So I'm going to be ranking the conspiracies on whether or not I think they could be true or not. I'm not like a huge conspiracy theorist, but I don't trust our government. I don't trust any world's government. I don't trust people in general. So some of this stuff could be true. Some of it probably isn't. As you can see, we've got the fact, which means it actually 100% happened. We've got questions, which means it definitely could have. Maybe, like, I don't know, it could not, I don't know. Leaving reality means it's pretty far-fetched if something like this did happen, and then you're on crack, meaning it's definitely not true, and you should reevaluate pretty much everything. So, yeah. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of give a little brief snippet of what the conspiracy is. I'm not going to go over the entire thing or anything like that. If you guys want to look into these conspiracies more, then you can go ahead and do that on your own time. But I'll just kind of, give a little overview of it if I come to it. So that's the rabbit hole, and we'll just kind of mix these up a little bit so that I don't have them, in all, I don't want to do all of one tier at one time. So in the first one, we've got the 9/11 conspiracy. Now this one is interesting because I have looked into this one quite a bit, and there does seem to be a lot of inconsistencies with a lot of things that happened. And it does seem like the fact that another building went down besides the Twin Towers right after seems a little suspect, because that building was never hit by a plane as far as I know. Now, all that being said, this was back in 2001. I was in 2nd grade or 3rd grade, I think, when this happened. I remember all the teachers talking about it or whatever. So I can't say for sure, obviously, but I think this one's, we got some questions, because there are some weird things about 9/11 that a lot of things that are unanswered, I guess. Next we got Epstein. Epstein is an interesting one as well. If you guys don't know about the Epstein conspiracy, I highly recommend that you look into it. I'm sure you've all seen the memes. Epstein didn't kill himself, and to be honest, I kind of believe this one. I don't think that he killed himself either, according to all the things he was saying while he was in there, and just all the mystery surrounding his death. I think this is another we got questions one. The Illuminati. Now, a secret organization based off the Freemasons, which are actually a real organization. I have Freemason lodges in my city. I think there's 6 or 7 of them that are scattered around. So the Freemasons are a real thing, and they do have a real hierarchy, and the Freemasons also have a lot of history behind them and some other things. The Illuminati, however, are kind of based off of that, and also based off of nothing. There's not much to really prove their existence other than some celebrities throwing up the pyramid symbol, like Jay-Z. A lot of people think that Jay-Z and Beyonce are really high in the Illuminati, and even Hobson made a song that referenced the Illuminati and how pop culture is pretty much controlled by them. I think this one is... I think this one's a maybe. Secret organizations is not something that's new. There are secret organizations that aren't secret anymore. The Freemasons used to not be a very public thing like they are now. So I guess it's kind of possible. Maybe we should change this to possible. Yeah, it's possible it happened. So, I don't know. The Illuminati could be a thing, but I'm not really worried about that one too much. Look into that more if you guys are kind of interested in it. MK Ultra. Now, this one is 100% fact. This actually happened, and the government actually released a lot of papers on it. So basically, MK Ultra was about mind control. It was a CIA operation where they tried to basically drug people and mind control them back in, I think it was the 60s. And this one is completely 100% fact, so that's where that goes. Next is aliens building the pyramids. This one, this one I don't really know. Like, I don't think, first of all, we would really need aliens to build the pyramids. Look at the technology we have today and what we can build. Humans are very resourceful on their own. So for this one, I think we're leaving reality just a bit. Aliens themselves, yeah, I think aliens themselves probably exist. Would they have come here to build the pyramids? Probably not. Next we got Area 51. Area 51 is another one that's kind of shrouded in mystery. We know that the area exists, we just don't know what they keep there, and they keep it, you know, very high profile for a reason. So we don't know if it's aliens they're keeping there, or like government technology, or what exactly they add there. So I think this one is another we got questions. What do they have there? Probably not aliens, but there's something there that they don't want us to know about. Now, this one is funny because there are some people that think that Finland does not exist. Like, I don't know what kind of crack you would have smoked with that, but yeah, Finland definitely exists, so yeah, you're on crack. Next we have JFK's assassination. So a lot of people believe that the CIA actually assassinated him and framed his killer. I think this one is another we got questions. That one is very strange, and I think it's something that probably will be looked into a little bit further. If it hasn't extensively been looked into, I'm pretty sure it probably has. So another one, the Bilderbergs group. If you haven't looked into this one's probably one of the scarier ones. This one is about a group of elites. Basically, most of our presidents have been to the Bilderberg annual meeting. A lot of important people go to the Bilderberg meeting, and no one knows what they discuss on the inside. A lot of people think that they are a group advocating for one world government. I'm personally really not sure, but that would be kind of scary if that's what happens. But there's such an old group at this point, I don't think we have too much to worry about, so I'm just going to keep it in the possible group along with the Illuminati. Chemtrails. Now, I have noticed that there are a lot of trails being left by airplanes that no one ever really noticed before. It's probably just, I don't know, smoke or whatever, but it's kind of strange that now there are trails of whatever it is being left in the sky. I think there was an explanation that they gave us for these, but it's weird because before a couple of years ago you never really saw that kind of thing being left by planes. So I don't know. Is this leaving reality or is it possible? Would I put it past our government to be poisoning its people? Not really, so I'll leave it impossible. Okay, now we got the moon landing. The moon landing being faked. Now, they have some interesting arguments for this, but I don't personally think that they faked the moon landing. I mean, they obviously could have, because back in the day, they didn't have the technology to do stuff, and we were in a race with the Soviet Union to be first at basically everything. So I wouldn't put it past them to do it. But did they? I think we're gonna go with leaving reality on this one. So I just realized I left one out, and that is the flat earth theory, and I would put that directly in You're on Crack if I had it on here. So yeah, the earth is not flat. Like, yeah, get out of here with that. Now we've got Operation Mockingbird. This actually happened, and this is one of the reasons why I think our media could be doing this again. This was an operation that basically the CIA was controlling the media in order to spread propaganda and false information. This actually happened, and it is well documented, and the government has released statements on it. So, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they are lying to us again about, you know, any of this list, really, besides the You're on Crack section. So some of this stuff could be being withheld from us, and some of it could be real. I wouldn't put it past our government to do anything, as obviously they have done some fucked up things in the past. So next we got Pizzagate. This one's an obvious, like, you're on crack. Like, just go and read it. I don't even really want to explain it. This one is another one that's kind of funny. Greta Thunberg, or however you say her last name, is a time traveler because they found a picture of this girl that looks exactly like her. Now, maybe it's a relative of hers that she doesn't know about. You never know. Maybe it's an old-time photo of her that no one knows about. I don't know. But yeah, this one's you're on crack. As far as we know, there's no way to really time travel, I guess, is possible, but there's no way for us to time travel that we know of yet. So very unlikely that this little girl is a time traveler from wherever the fuck that photo was taken. Let's see. Coronavirus was made in the Wuhan lab. This one is interesting. Again, China likes to do some shady shit. It is possible that they could have made this disease on purpose. We have made diseases on purpose before. Lyme disease was made on purpose. So it's possible that we could, make a global catastrophe. I'm not sure if they released it on purpose or anything like that, but the possibility is definitely there that they made this virus. Okay, this one is the Denver airport conspiracy. So the Denver airport conspiracy, basically, they have a lot of weird stuff in the airport. There's murals that are depicting, like, the end of the world. There's like these weird gargoyle statues. There's a bunch of stuff. And a lot of people think that there is an underground tunnel underneath Denver International Airport that is for a bunker for the elites that can afford to live there. That way they have somewhere to hide at the end of the world. So basically, global catastrophe bunker supposedly is under Denver Airport. Now this one is possible, to me anyway, because of the weird depictions that they have in the actual airport. The murals depicting the end of the world, depicting like a one world government type thing. A lot of that is very strange. So yeah. Next we've got Elvis didn't die conspiracy, or that he was still alive. Now I saw a news report recently about a man that died in California that didn't have an identity, I believe it was, and he looked eerily similar to Elvis. But I still kind of think this one is probably leaving reality. I don't think that's really, I don't know, that seems a little far-fetched. Maybe he did want out of the celebrity scene and he just wanted to live a normal white life. I don't know. That one's strange. Wayfair. So the Wayfair conspiracy is basically happened, I think, like a year ago, where people were saying that they were trafficking children through their furniture, basically. So they would list it online. They would list like a fucking, I don't know, a cabinet for like $20,000, and it had the same name as like some children that were missing. This one seems a little far-fetched, but would I put it past a big like corporation to traffic children? I would not put it past them. This one is really disturbing to me as well, if that were like something that was true. So yeah, we'll just leave that at possible, because I think that's something that actually could happen. This one, lizard people. So some people think that there are like lizard people that live underground and they come up here and they're part of our government or something. And that, I mean, if anybody's a lizard person, it's probably Mark Zuckerberg. That he looks like a fucking lizard. But there's like videos out there of like Hillary Clinton, like her eyes turning kind of like lizard-like. Some people think like the Obamas are lizard people and stuff. I think you're on crack. There's no fucking lizard people out there. I don't know what the videos are like depicting or how they were made or whatever, but I'm pretty sure you're on crack. The Mandela Effect. Now, this is probably my absolute favorite conspiracy. This is the conspiracy that back in 2012, when the world was supposed to end, it actually did end, but our reality was shifted onto another reality, and we're currently living in an alternate reality that is not the same as the one that we used to live in. Now, a lot of people attribute this to Project CERN up in Minnesota, where they're doing, I believe it's, they're basically using, I forget what the actual term is, but they're basically using, I'm going to look it up and get back to you. But they're using like atoms, they're accelerating atoms and making, trying to get to different dimensions, basically trying to rip the time-space continuum. And some people have said they succeeded, and this is what caused the Mandela Effect and caused us to basically meld with an alternate reality. I don't know if this is true or not, obviously, but there are a lot of cool, interesting videos on the Mandela Effect that show you like different examples of it. So like right here, we got the Monopoly man wearing the monocle, but supposedly he never wore a monocle. Different spellings of like popular products or like books like the Bernstein Bears, and it's actually the Bernstein Bears or vice versa. There's a lot of different examples. The Mandela Effect's a really cool thing to look into, but I think this one's kind of leaving reality. I don't know if that could actually happen. Is it though? Could this actually happen? The idea that there's multiple realities other than our own, I've seen it explained, and it's very unlikely, but somewhat possible. So it's possible that we do have other realities, but the likelihood that we would ever cross paths with those realities is even more unlikely. So yeah, I think we're going to keep that one in leaving reality. Anti-Vaxxers. Now I'm kind of on the flip side with this one. Would the government put something in a vaccine that could potentially harm us? Something that could help us in the short term, but harm us in the long term. Would I put it past them? Absolutely fucking not. I would not put that past them. Did they do it, however? I think this one stays impossible. I don't really think that they have, but it's definitely a possibility. There are a lot of weird things surrounding the vaccine, and it looks like the media and the government are pushing it way harder than you would think they normally would. Like, they're disputing conspiracy theorists a lot more than they normally would with a lot of things. But at the same time, that's probably just because they want to protect the... do they want to protect the public, though? Let me put it to you this way, guys. The government don't give a fuck about you. The government don't give a fuck about me or anybody else that isn't one of their best friends. They really don't. And that's why a lot of like things have actually happened. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them, but I don't know if that's the case, and it probably isn't. But yeah, there are. I mean, there's people that work in the government that care about people. There's doctors that care about people. So it's not necessarily a true thing, anything like that. And last but not least, we have the Tuskegee Experiment. This actually happened. This was a fact. You guys can go look into it. So what they did, it was basically an experiment on patients that didn't exactly know what the experiment was. It was like an experiment on, I believe it was syphilis, an STD, and they did all kinds of really fucked up things. You'll have to just go look into this one, but that one actually happened. There are more conspiracies that actually happened and are actual fact. There are more that are just kind of speculation, ones we've got questions about that are more likely to be true, ones that are just more possible, like not out of the realm of possibilities, and then there's a ton more that are like you're starting to get away from what could be real and what's not real type of thing. But none of this, let me just leave this disclaimer at the beginning, or at the end here. There is no proof of any of these except for the ones that are considered fact. This is just kind of a fun video. This isn't anything to be like, oh, anti-vax and fucking they're leaving chemtrails and 9/11 was a conspiracy. It's not for that. This is all just for fun. So before you get down in the comment section and be like, "Meh, you fucking person," or whatever you people say, yeah, this is just for fun. And yeah, if there's any of these that you guys have a good argument for being fact or not fact, leave it in the comment section below. Let's have a conversation. And yeah, until then, I'll see you the next time. Peace.